Look, let's be real. Kill every vibe that is negative. You're the one sitting at the controls. Tendencies toward compulsive behavior of one form or another stem from ingrained memory. Whether it takes root and the extent to which it dominates then determines how compulsive you either are or will be. I was born in the early 60s, 63 exactly, where in our Dandriga home we were one of a few privileged families that owned jute boxes. So relatives, friends, and even neighbors would come visiting to make merry with my pops, who named me like him, who would entertain them with music and refreshments. So ingrained in my mind since early childhood was the notion that to be pleasant within yourself, you needed to squeeze pleasure out of the environment, as if pleasure came from the environment when in fact all thoughts, emotions, and experiences are born right from within yourself. For if you are lonely whenever you're alone, then you are in bad company. Human beings are born spiritual as well as complete, complete in all aspects. But people drift away from their spirit core the more they form identifications, the more ID badges they carry. People are born self sufficient with self start engines, although some rather to be induced from outside, which is to be, push start engines. So, having grown up with the jukebox, seeing my pops seeking pleasure from the environment rubbed off negatively on me for many years. I too would become a pleasure seeker instead of making myself pleasant all the way around from within myself. So I also reacted. For 40 years, the first 40 years of my life, I wouldn't drink alcohol, you know, because I did not want to become intoxicated like my dad. Having seen, how it incapacitated him for work, made him lose his good judgment, you know. So still, I sought affirmation from others. So there were still some negative tendencies. The society I grew up in drove that, taught us to compete with each other, encouraged us to become like Mr. So and so, instead of creating an environment wherein we journeyed to become the best version of ourselves. All other creatures come, creature simply means created. So human beings are creatures. All other creatures come 90% fixed and only 10% alterable. However, human beings are just the opposite. They come only 10% fixed and 90% alterable. There is a silo of memory that runs from the tip of your head right down to your toe. Various forms of memory, including elemental memory, atomic, genetic, conscious, unconscious, articulate, inarticulate, evolutionary, sensory, and karmic memory. So let's go down the list and give a slight explanation of each one of them. Yeah? Elemental memory comprises the five elements. Atomic memory, the entire body, your entire body is made of atoms. Genetic memory, your body remembers the nose from your great great grandmother. So it's the nose you are carrying on your face. Conscious memory having to do with actions you consciously perform. Unconscious memory, the opposite actions your body performs, although you may be unconscious of it. Articulate memory, your ability to recall information. Inarticulate memory, things that are different, difficult to put into words. Yeah, certain experiences, evolutionary memory, that which evolved over time, albeit in stages. Sensory memory, referring to memory you gather through your five common senses. And finally, there is this one, I'll spend a little time on it, karmic memory. Your body, mind, emotion, and energy perform their own karma, whether in your wakefulness or sleep. In wakefulness, from the time you wake up, your body is doing its own physical karma, your mind engaged in its own mental karma, your emotion in its emotional karma, and your energy doing its energy karma. Karma influences increase within you after the age of 21. Therefore, professionals, take note, okay? Because before 21, you can do a lot to rub it out, hmm? To change it, influence change, transformation. Now, karma means action, which translates into the choices a person makes, you and I. So I keep saying that, I do, you should also take 100% control over yourself, the way you think, feel, and experience life. Yeah? Things which are purely psychological. Okay? They are not real. Your reality, existential reality, are that you are governed by space and time. Okay? Limited. There are boundaries there. Your limitation of time is your average 3 score and 10. Your limitation of space is your height and shoulder width. And then everything in the physical created universe goes around in a cycle. Yeah? So look, you are governed by these boundaries and these realities that come with creation, with physical creation, and then everything in the physical created universe has these boundaries. So you cannot grow beyond a boundary. That's the point. And only the spirit realm is boundless. Okay? Boundless. So if you want to live a free life, if you want to grow and expand limitlessly, you can only do so in the spirit realm, being governed by the spirit. So then again, I repeat, karma means action, which translates into the choices that you make. So I keep saying, if you say, I am free to do as I please, you're not talking about consciously doing anything. You are being compulsive in your thought and behavior. Conscious thinking says, look, I am free to do that which is right for me and mine, and that which is prudent for the whole, whether that be the society, the country, or the world by extension. That's freedom. That's freedom. When you're consciously taking your choice to do the right thing. So, again, I say, you don't have to be either a pessimist or optimist. Just be a realist. God is real, and so is life. Hmm? So is life. Reality is what comes naturally. If you have to invent it, then it's a darn lie. Yeah? So that's what's real about you. You are real. Okay? Whatever is not real about you is artificial. It's psychological. So your thoughts are not real as long as you can change, because reality never changes. So your thoughts are not real because you can change them. Yeah? Yeah? Your emotions are not real because you can change them. And your experiences are not real because you can change them. They are purely psychological. Reality never changes. You can change the way you either think, feel, or experience. Write that down. I don't dwell in memory, which is the past. Memory is past. You can't create a single thing from memory. If I am there thinking about, my now deceased parents, grandparents, great grandparents, I'm not living. I'm wasting time. As well, yeah, as well, if I'm afraid of what's going to happen when I die, I'm going to hell, this, that, and the other. Look, becoming preoccupied with the future, it is a waste of my existential reality. To live a productive life is to make memorable experiences. Okay? So, as a Garifuna, yeah, Beligion, yeah. And by the way, you know, these are ID badges, and I delight in them. But first and foremost, I'm universal in all aspects. Universal. So I go as broad. Yeah, I'm a universal citizen, other than being a Belizean. Okay, good. I'm a Belizean. I'm a Garifuna at that. Okay, so as a Garifuna said, I am aware that ancestors can possess you. You know, yeah, well-intended way. Yeah, because the practice. Let me educate who don't know. But Garifuna dwell in the spirituality with respect to it, and I'm a theologian. I can speak to it. Okay, it's about healing first and foremost. So what is practicing the dogo is first and foremost about healing. Well intended, notwithstanding, the ancestors can put you in a trance and possess you, right? Talk through you while you're in a trance. Okay. Now as for me, oh, mio, I will never allow whosoever to possess me. You know why? Because as I choose to evolve daily in becoming the better and better version of myself, I choose not to carry any curses. And human beings are fallible. They have flaws. They carry bad karma that I choose not to enter into my system. I purge it out. Yeah. So people being imperfect, yeah, I take only the good. I carry only the good forward. And I advise you to do the same. Let it be so, Tia. Come. Itola. Kaya si Saya. Ayo.